No matter what stage of life you're in, there are going to be moments of insecurity. For single people, that insecurity has an extra weight to it, namely because you don't necessarily have another person in your corner to talk to about it. Oftentimes, that insecurity, if left unprocessed, exposes itself in all sorts of other negative ways. Like the insecurity ends up being the thing driving you to say the thing you didn't really mean, or do the thing that you know doesn't align with who you want to be. The goal of these guided meditations is to stop avoiding our feelings and instead confront them, to face them, to feel them, and most importantly, to invite God into them. And so for the next few minutes, we're going to let God into our insecurity. Along the way, we're going to learn how to stop looking for security in ourselves and instead find it in God. And so for the next few minutes, take this time to invite God into whatever thing you feel insecure about right now. So we're going to start by taking 3 really deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now keep that cadence going, and as you do, begin to notice how you are feeling. Begin to start thinking about what you are thinking about. What thing are you feeling insecure about? Try to bring it to mind. Give it a name. Describe it to yourself. Let yourself feel it. See if you can trace it back to where it came from. Now hold it in your mind as you listen to this verse. 1 Thessalonians 5:23. Now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit and soul and body be kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. First, notice Paul starts the verse by referring to God as the God of peace himself. We're going to take a moment and meditate on that truth. God isn't just peaceful, he is the God of peace. He is peace, which is why peace for us is just the fruit of walking with and being led by God's Spirit. God is the God of peace. Take a moment and let that sink in. Paul continues, now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely. This part is so important because sanctification is the process of being made more like Jesus. And notice, Paul doesn't just pray for that to happen in part, he prays for your complete sanctification. In other words, that all the incomplete pieces of you, the parts of you that feel broken, aka the parts that are causing the insecurity, that God would take all of those pieces put you back together, and that in that process, he would sanctify you completely. The verse continues, and may your whole spirit and soul and body be kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. May your whole spirit, soul, and body. Again, notice he doesn't say just part of you. He says, may the Spirit of God put you back together to a state of wholeness. May your whole spirit, soul, and body. In other words, may God restore and complete all the things causing you to feel insecure. And then he prays that all of those things may be kept blameless. And now that word is really it, right? When we start to feel insecure, it's usually because of mistakes we've made in the past, things we've done or said, or it's because other people are blaming us for those things. And the truth is, if security was the result of our track record, then we would all be insecure all the time because we're all imperfect, but it's not. Our security doesn't come from what we've done for us. It comes from what God has done for us. And so Paul writes, may all of us, our entire being, be made and kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. That's the truth we have to let sink in. And so as you continue to listen to this verse and think about this verse, try a little exercise. In one hand, hold on to the thing that you feel insecure about. Again, name it, feel it, hold on to it in your left hand. And then in your right hand, begin to hold on to this truth that God is the one who makes us blameless, that God is the one who restores and who redeems us, that God is the one who gives us our security. Continue to let the truth of who God is and what God has done for you outweigh whatever insecurity you may be feeling. Keep pressing into that truth as you listen to the verse one more time. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 23. Now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit and soul and body be kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.